good evening and welcome. It's that time of the day and in the week. It's midweek, Wednesday, and it's your program, Face Off. In the current political dispensation, democracy returns to Nigeria. It's assumed to have returned to Nigeria after the death of General Sani Abacha. The return of democracy in 1999 became the Nigerian democratic experience, which is guided, started in 1999, was currently being guided by the 1999 Constitution as amended. In 1960 or thereabout, now talking about the machinery that propels these elections, we have political parties under which you can be elected or seek for an elective position. In 1960 we had several, but today there's been a case of a one-party system. Since 1999, the PDP has been controlling the government of the Federation and the majority of the states, leaving the opposition mainly of the APC and the others with the control of a few states, painting a political scenario characterized by a single big and powerful party and others divided and weak small parties. Tonight, we join the growing concern in an attempt to profile a working system or a political system in terms of party structure in Nigeria. I have two guests in the studio. When we come back, I will introduce them. Once again, this is Face Off. Welcome back. We're looking at multi-party system and or a two-party system, which is better for our democratic experiment. For those who still think we are experimenting with our democratic system, I have to my right Mr. Julius Ndamani, who is a lawyer, and he thinks multi-party system is the way to go. Two-party system is the way to go. Okay, fantastic. And I have Mr. Olufemi Omuni, he's also a lawyer, and he thinks multi-party system is the way to dispense with political activities in Nigeria. Yeah. Well, we were talking before we came on show, and he said to me that this is the only way people can have multi-choice in terms of selecting or getting their preferred candidate to the seat of power. Gentlemen, let's start. Do you think it is a two-party thing, which of course is what is appearing like now, the strong PDP, and of course with the one united APC? What are your first shots on this?
Yes, it is obvious, going by the history of this nation, right from when we became a nation, even at the pre-independence political arrangement. Most of the parties we were having, the parties who were having the emancipation of Nigeria as the core aim at that time. But immediately after independence, it is to make sure that Nigeria remains an indivisible, indissoluble sovereignty. So as at that time, if you look at what happened, we had the action group, we have the...
they were all regional based.
All the parties were regional based. Yes. And for any person to make an impact, any of the parties, all of them, because that time we practiced regionalism, the center was very weak.
So that should be the reason we had that type of party system. But the structure, excuse me, the structure you are preaching is what, of course, happened since 1999 when we had several parties, apart from the ones that were dissolved during the military era, the SDP and the NRC. We started seeing the ADs and all of that come up. And that's your position, isn't it?
Yes, definitely. If you look at the Constitution, with respect to my colleague, multi-party system is the best way for us to go in Nigeria. How do we mean? The history of every nation, or every nation reflects its own history and its own cultural element. Nigeria is not an homogeneous society. Nigeria is highly heterogeneous.
Yeah.
And when you look at that simple element, it means there will never be a consensus of opinion. Likewise, people are now interested in how they wish to be governed. For you to now have two-party system to reflect the myriad of ethnic groups that we have in Nigeria will be difficult. If you look at some societies that have tried to have
that is even the major reason.
Mm-hmm.
That is even the major reason we should have a two-party system.
It is not a major
reason.
You
have even played into my own part.
You cannot...
Because I want to tell you that multi-party arrangement breeds in ethnicity. So you're already talking that Nigeria is a multi-ethnic group.
Yes,
and
Nigeria is a multi-ethnic group.
You know that multi-party arrangement breeds ethnicity.
No.
And ethnicity dilutes that expected benefit of democratization.
If you look
and
at,
that is exactly what happened
even
from the beginning of Nigeria till now.
If you look at this
and that is why you see that
if you look at this
in all those arrangements previously,
what happened during the First Republic,
and the previous arrangements, you see that every party, after having multi-parties, they still tend to come to the two parties, having alliances. And the alliances will now, this is exactly what is playing us now. A political party that exists on paper.
No.
Does it take away what a right political structure should be?
No, the political structure, a person gives his dog a name that fits it. Whatever name you like, you call your dog. In Nigeria, what will be best for us is a two-party arrangement. The reason is that if we encourage multi-party system, then you see that the implication is that at the end, people tend to show up during the election only to collect whatever allocation that come from INEC, and not that they are really.
Isn't it that what's happening?
Yes, that is what is happening. I want to tell you that. I want to tell you that. As at 1923, let us go back to history. Let us go back to
just a second.
That kind
just
of,
a second. Hold your point on the history.
You have that kind of practice whereby people say, okay, let me have a political party for me to make ends meet. Yes, I agree. But by the time you evolve politically, you now see the so-called party that you felt they are not on the ground, they will be able to at least